The official UFC on TNT X account posted this graphic of UFC 309, Jones versus Stipe. 2 years of inactivity for Jones versus 4 years of inactivity for Stipe. Most days without a title defense for John Jones. Most days without fighting before a title shot for Stipe. Will not fight Aspinall. John Jones won't. And Stipe will not fight Aspinall. The tweet got deleted. Why did you delete it? We'll never forget you, Mr. Intern. You spoke the truth. You were forced to delete the tweet instead. So the base intern may have gotten fired, or maybe not. It got people talking about the event that doesn't really have a ton of hype around it, even like a week away from it. Charles Oliveira did the thinking emoji when someone reported that he's out of his fight next week with Michael Chandler. It doesn't seem like he is, but if he is out, Dustin Poirier says, I'm in. Is Charles really out versus Muscle Milk Mike Chandler? Adrian Yanez versus Daniel Marcos at UFC Tampa December 14th. Also added Woodson versus Padilla. Where does Kevin leave it into the election? I voted for Trump and against the abortion ban in the same ballot. We can have the cake and eat it too. If a woman has a miscarriage to clean out the dead cells, it's classified as an abortion. Doctors are waiting for women to be on their deathbed before they can do anything? That's crazy. Miscarriages are tragic enough. We have to protect our women. Karate Combat doing a show in Bangkok, Thailand next Thursday. Pantoja tells MMA Junkie he'd consider moving out to bantamweight if Davison Figueiredo became champion. He says he wants to prove that he can beat him. Figgy beat him in 2019. Figgy could be close to title contention if he beats Jan later this month. That's a good fight, and glad it's a 5-rounder. Colby Covington told Submission Radio that he told the UFC that he wanted to fight Shavkat Rakhmonov at UFC 311 and replace Bilal Muhammad. But they're going in a different direction. He thinks they're going in the direction of Kamaru Usman fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov. Colby Covington's sort of become the Holly Holm of the division. He wants another title shot. He had 3 title fights in his last 5 fights, and he lost all 3 of them. And he's coming off a loss in a title fight, but he wants another title fight for the interim belt. Leonard Edwards plans to return in March or April, so he won't be fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov, which makes it more likely that someone like Usman will. Colby also said he's interested in fighting Jack Della Maddalena, a fight he's interested in taking in March in Miami. Apparently he turned down a fight with Ian Gary, but is down to fight Jack. They're all right beside each other in the rankings. Maddalena is tied with Sean Brady for 4th place. Colby's ranked number 6. Ian Gary's ranked number 7. Sean Brady also did move up 1 spot out of nowhere for no reason, so maybe is he also in contention to take on Shavkat Rakhmonov? He's right behind him in the rankings now, so I don't know, maybe that is also a possibility. Usman is also down to do it. He says the UFC is going to call who they think is going to be legit, tough enough, man, crazy enough to step in there on short notice and go out there and possibly shock the world. Definitely the UFC knows who to call when that situation happens. If they do give me a call, I'm going to answer the call. We're going to get a couple things straight. And if we got to do it, we got to do it. Again, just like with Colby, it would be weird if this was an interim title fight because Usman's coming off 3 losses, 2 losses in title fights, so it would be weird to have him fighting for an interim title, but I think the UFC would probably do it for an interim title. They like doing that. They want a more marketable main event, and they always stick a title fight in it. As far as who wins, Shavkat would be the favorite, but Kamaru Usman, credit to him, he took a really short notice fight against Khamzat Chimaev, and he did pretty well. He probably gave Khamzat the best fight out of everybody he's ever faced in his career. But that was a 3-round fight, and this is a 5-round fight, but he does have more time than he did to prepare for Khamzat. I feel like Usman has lost a little bit of a step. His knees are destroyed, but even with those hindrances, he's still a tough opponent, still has a really high fight IQ. That being said, still gotta go with Shavkat Rakhmonov. I think maybe, though, this will be the first time he doesn't get a finish in a fight. I think he takes this via decision. How do you see it going? Let me know in the comments.
6 shots or only 5?
This fight is off next weekend's UFC 309 card because Azamat Murzakanov is out of the fight. Former UFC fighter Nate Main is fighting in BKFC Atlanta on December 6th. The UFC didn't re-sign him, and he wasn't happy about that. Received word back from the UFC matchmaker last week about why we weren't re-signed. We are told the flyweight division is comprised of exciting fighters, and he doesn't view me as exciting. I suppose half of your fights being finishes and bonuses isn't good enough now. He won his last 2 fights. UFC didn't like that tweet. The UFC been in contact with us a couple times since that post went up. It's clearly making a difference, and they don't like the light that has been casted on them. No trash talk, just truth, Dana White. So he went on to sign with BKFC, and he'll be fighting there for the first time December 6th in Atlanta, Georgia against great value Shane Burgos. No, that's Nick Burgos fighting out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Renato Moicano said he accepted a fight to be the main event at UFC Tampa on December 14th, but his opponent turned him down, so he expects to return to action in January. That December 14th card is headlined by Buck versus Cuck. Private aviation company NetJets pissed off Dana White. Hey NetJets, you're literally the shittiest, backward-ass, incompetent company I've ever done business with. Congrats! Dana White's gonna have to find another private jet airline service. Luke Rockhold with Marlon Chito Vera after he completed the New York City Marathon. Chito's coming off a loss to Davison Figueiredo in August. Drickus Duplessis shared this Sean Strickland meme on his Instagram account.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Stay sick. I can just sit here. We can just sit here. It's all good. You just take a second and just process it.
I wonder if he'd make Hamza cry at a press conference. I think he will. Luana Carolina versus Montana De La Rosa on March 1st. Former UFC fighter Emily Ducote won in the Invicta FC 58 main event by second round armbar. Next Invicta show is going to have 2 former UFC fighters headlining it, Talita Barnardo and Jennifer Maia. That's for the bantamweight title. Kelvin Gastelum's Yuma Fight League has a show this Saturday. Gastelum's coming off a loss to Daniel Rodriguez in June.
And what are you all doing here? Circle jerk?
We're going to keep showing up. We're going to keep working together. We're going to be okay. I love you. We are going to be okay.